I watched you recently, just about 2-3 days ago. You're talking about the kind of prophecies I saw, the major, the minor prophet. What's your major concern about something?
The prophetic is very important. It's part of the fivefold ministry.
Yeah.
We need the prophetic. In fact, a church without a prophet is blind. Do you understand? God only speaks through prophets. In the biblical order. When God is speaking, he uses his prophet to speak. So when you saw a prophet in town, thus says the Lord, you know that God is saying something. Prophets are the mouthpiece and the mind of God. They speak. Now, a major prophet can speak on behalf of God, okay? Without God not instructing them to. These are the ones we call major prophets. I'll give you an example. Elijah said there shall be no rain. God did not tell Elijah to ban them from rain.
But he declared.
He did, and God backed acted. It. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So they are trusted by God to represent them. Why? So what's the story behind Elijah saying there shall be no rain? In that region, it was controlled by the spirit of Baal. Okay, and Baal was in charge of rain. So that region was a very tropical region. In Shonatoa, the crops were very fertile. The ground was fertile, and so Elijah banning the rain, he banned Baal. You understand? So there was dryness. Okay, so they can make a declaration on behalf of God. Okay, now let's come to this modern day mindset of the prophetic. Most people who go out to advertise that they are prophets are not prophets, because you don't advertise that you're a prophet.
I see.
In fact, prophets are introverts because they are always quiet, hearing the voice of God. So unam de bia na okasa advertise. I'm telling you, most prophets shut in more than they come out. Do you know what it takes to hear the voice of God?
A lot of years and time.
Listen, God is a consumer of time. He's a jealous God. He wants you every minute for himself. Inti uyo differ most master genuine prophet unte huomo abonte. Omun kasapi. They are more quiet. No kasa mse nyamine kasa. But here is the place of abuse. People capitalize on the vulnerability of others. Okay? Of the people. Because Charlie, so bit me tell me the AC or China. And yet we are powerful, right? That is why prophetic churches are packed. All night to be is packed. Why? Because everybody is looking for solution. Into only prophetic ministry was Sunday there, but Friday there, unya members. That is what is happening because people are in need. Obia here solution. Obia what problem your person is solving. To most Friday nights, all nights, and now prophetic is packed. Most members, 28% of the members are not their members.
Yeah,
they are from other churches. The prophetic is not an hand. So do we need the prophets? Yes. To buy into the future, to let us understand what is happening. But you see, here is the problem, and I'm not afraid to talk about it based on my in-depth of knowledge. If we don't manage it well, other nations will mock us.
Okay.
What do you say? A nation like Nigeria doesn't boast about prophets. But look at how their pastors are filling arenas.
Yeah.
In fact, if you enter Nigeria and you say, I see this, they will tell you, don't bring this person here again. Why is it that now the prophetic is so powerful, but it's not accepted in certain places? Think about it. Because we have abused it. And I blame the true prophets who watched the false prophet, because a true prophet can know that you are false. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sir, I did not me operating by no. A genuine. Me who saw any faker. I have to expose you.
I've
got to expose you. Say, hey, shut up. And yeah, outside of the new Ubeku. Me and me a major prophet. Make us say Jadi Oyeno.
Now the Oyeno.
Adiena Oyeno, that is not prophetic. No, stop it. So within the prophetic ministry, sanity can be brought within the major, the genuine ones. The genuine ones should go after the false ones. Do you know why? Oh, say Mejuma. Oh, say Mejuma. Jai. Because you and I can attest to the fact, say, there are so many false prophets around.
Baby.
Come on, let's not behave like
no, baby.
Obi wa ohun she was hu aden ope akwantra ya akwantra be ope dia jiska. We know it. We know it. And one of the biggest way for akwantra is catching such no be ombram be hu. Right? Oba be hu a no can say kofa 10, 20,000, $40,000 sebra. Entina ebi wo ha microphone person be ko prophetic because we be boka. Ya de ka bi be si uti so. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
No,
so the major prophets, right? The real prophets should call the false ones to books. Hey, Jai dia woyeno. Dia woyeno. Give me a word.
Emfa so bia emre.
No, emfa so.
Okay.
Emfa enyonyam emba ejuma na ye ho.
Yeah.
Look at the chief imam. Okay, let's look at the Islamic setting.
Yeah.
Papa no kon hokra na.
You go with the reverend.
Okay. Chief imam can call one guy who is playing games, right? And tell him, say, hey, Jadi Oyeno. And with immediate effect, you will not try it. And this is the disciplines we need.
But as a Christian, don't be a
ubetimia sorry anopa. Unye sikechia radio. Radio. You have your church start right now. Who's got for radio and TV? Social media.
Inti mami frame 424 442. Na kwantreno. Nami o shebrebe sisa ewo yaisu de ewo jaise demo number nini
my brother Bedu
024 444 3009 34 na mami wo ba udru abrempon junction a twen wo ho trotro ne ba no afa ba oge hunya minipa na masha won come. No, you don't advertise like that.
The real prophetic is word of mouth. Na me no bon come on or sin the business no.
Yeah.
Or advertise you.
Yeah.
Obi can't true be no be a catch.
A lot.
Yeah. Real prophets in Konipe Musa. On Konipe Musa. So a man like Prophet Ousubempa, solid. Prophet Ajman Prempe, solid. Prophet Daniel Amwatin, solid. Prophet Amwako, solid. It's just that we say a difference we be more come watching.
Yeah.
Oh, it be more to come watching without filter.
Yeah.
And right now we banter with social media where people take whatever you are saying and then turn it around. Okay, but we need some filters.
You've been in Kumasi to have a wonderful experience with a senior prophet, Apostle Kofi Amponsa. You went to the church. How did you experience it?
Well, I'm now getting to know him a bit more, and he's interesting.
Very interesting.
I love his humility.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a humble man of God. I love it, and how he received me is beautiful.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, and I'm yet to get to know him a bit more. But I wouldn't have accepted his invitation if I didn't trust his spirit.
Sure.
Are you understanding what I'm saying? Yeah, and I got to know him through him.
Sure.
Now, at least he knows who a real prophet is and who a false prophet is.
Yeah.
So if he's saying, this is my spiritual father, then okay, there must be integrity there.
Of course.
Integrity is the word. Okay. And I was there yesterday. I had a good time.
But the temple, no, sorry, old one.
Yeah,
you saw the building, the new
church. I saw the new 40,000 seater.
Huge.
Yeah, it's big. So
big.
I enjoyed it yesterday. He was interpreting for me. Yeah,
TV.
And I heard this is so pretty. Oh, now to be pretty, but now I will preach now. It's the American. It's a bishop. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Mr. Right to select. Left and right. But I enjoyed it. He's just a good people.
Of course, he has that wonderful persona. A very great persona and very humble. Obeda would say,
absolutely. And
he's so great.
You understand people.
Yeah.
And that is the Spirit of God.
God.
When you have a lot of knowledge and a lot of aspects, you admire how God operates through people. Because in singing
of course,
kawa ekowesu and no ekowesu inti nyame wo kawa ma obia. There's the kind of people for the thumb, there's the kind of people for the index finger. What you say? Kawa edishe wedding finger and no edishe. So if these are human beings, then there is a different calling for all these kind of human beings based on their mindset. For the first time in my life, I heard phone calls from London. I heard phone calls from America. They say, "Hey,
they watched you live."
I say, how do they greet again? And one of the things you have to understand is when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. Paul said, "I've become all things to all men." Do you know what it means? In other words, medruha, to the Jew, I'm a Jew. To this person, I'm this person. Until you have to also understand this is the language. And it was a beautiful experience.
He's only one of the Ghanaians, charismatic church that has established branches across the world.
I never knew
he
that.
He has branches across.
I heard phone calls from all over, and it was beautiful.
Denmark, Holland, America,
it was
UK,
beautiful.
Everywhere.
It was beautiful. So one thing I tell prophets is, you see, literacy is very important.
Yeah.
Literacy helps you to interpret things very well.
Yeah.
God picks raw materials, but the raw materials doesn't stay raw.
Yeah.
It's got to equip itself. One of the major things is refining. What is refining? Education. So we see, say, 89% of prophets are not educated. And I think education is paramount because education also opens your eye to understand things better. Education is a spark that makes you see things better. Into upesoko global now won't take brofua. Obeden we preach to a man's sign. Are you understanding? So the calling will come. But who shall calling no what up school.
And I tell you how this Prophet Kofi Ampan, he learns, Papa. He learns.
I appreciate it.
I tell you, he learns.
I mean, he travels to London and everything.
And preach.
Udru London. I mean, many years ago, they used to have interpreters, but it wouldn't take your ministry global.
Oh yeah, there. Or set them. For books. Despite an academic.
And there are teachers. There are online teachers. There are people that. I mean,
so you are ministering from
to Sunday.
To Sunday. Wow. So we have today, we have Saturday and Sunday. Very wonderful experience. My administration will come
actually, I'm always with Reverend Victor. So he's one of my father's incredible man. And today is the first time I'm coming outside Reverend Victor. So
and this is great. And that's why I'm so wow. It's not easy. No, I don't follow no.
Me papa.
That's great. Yeah, they're ready. But I experienced it to say, House of Ezra.
Oh, and not the.
Na ye butu.
Easy. A hot.
Yeah,